Oh, wow. Okay, all right. It feels weird to be back streaming, but okay, I'm gonna give it my best shot. Um, I think there's something growing on my roof right now. I think they're cats. Okay, welcome cats to the stream. Hello. It feels, hold on, I'm gonna monitor my microphone. There you go. Okay. It feels weird to be back because it's been like honestly 3 months since I last streamed. And it's really too bad to have left it, behind just like that. I didn't want to do it, but it's sometimes, shit happens. I know it's foul language right off the bat, but sometimes life gets in the way and you want to do stuff that you can't, and you know, it happens. Uh It's just like it's such a hard reset. There's so many things that have been going on in my life, and I think that in everyone's life, really, because let's be honest, it's not been a really easy year or period of time for anybody, really. So if I'm going through stuff, I'm sure that everybody else is going through stuff. But yeah, the first thing that I want to do or I want to say is that if you watch me stream before, like if this is the first time you've watched me stream, then I want to say thank you. But if you watched me stream before, I want to say thank you even harder because, well, I'm still a noob at this whole, streaming to talking to an audience and playing games live and everything, really. But it's just that when I was starting, I was so lost and so confused at everything that I was doing, like every single little thing. Like the first stream was just a total failure because nobody could listen to me properly. And now I'm checking my now I'm checking my audio settings so that, is it okay? Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I think it's okay. But it's just like for anybody who doesn't know, which is probably like I don't know, everybody in the world except for like 11 or 10 people that were really nice at giving me a chance when I was just starting out, which was a couple of months ago. But as I said, I dropped it for a while. I started doing streaming on weekends mainly while I was wearing makeup. Um, I was completely new at doing makeup and stuff like that as well. And I thought that it would be a good idea to record myself despite only like starting to learn how to do makeup and how to do face paint and all of that. Record myself and do a live. And I thought that it would be fun and it will help me and stuff like that. And it didn't work out, wouldn't you know it? You don't like one of the things that I've learned is that you shouldn't try to do everything perfect at the first time, at the first try. That things are gonna go south, and everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not super passionate about doing face painting and makeup and all of that. I'm very into art. I love art, but makeup is not the first thing that I think about when I think about art. However, I do have a friend who does it, so I was like, would you like to teach me? I've been a fan of different looks and stuff that I've seen online that I've seen people do, and it really face painting is everywhere really. Whatever you want to see it, whether it is in series or anime or even wrestling or whatever, you're gonna see it. And I was not specifically talking about the normal day-to-day makeup that most women do, but I was also talking about that type of stuff. So anyway, she said yes, and the thing is that I live an hour away from where she lives by car. So what happened was that I will wake up in the morning, I will go to classes with her, and then I will do a look, whatever I had in mind or whatever. whatever I saw that I thought it would be interesting. Okay, so I went ahead and I did it, and then I came back on the afternoon with the makeup on. I was traveling via Uber because I don't know how to drive. I it's embarrassing to admit it. It's in my list of things to do. Um, but yeah, anyway, I was traveling through via Uber, and it was really interesting to be wearing makeup, and face paint in front of people, uh, and in front of complete strangers that didn't know who the hell I was, but they had to drive me to my home. Um, so when I think about it, it was really funny, and I think about all the people that had to pick me up, and they were like, "What the hell am I getting into?" But everything worked out fine. So anyway, the point is, I would travel back to my home, right, and I wouldn't start streaming right away. So what I would do is I will have lunch even, and then I will go ahead and at the afternoon or the night I will go ahead and log into Twitch and let's start streaming right there and then. Good God, that was one of the worst ideas I've ever had in my life, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, every single stream that I recorded has now been binned, gone to the trash. It will never be seen again because it was so embarrassing. I looked back at what I looked like. People say like, oh, if you apply it very well, then it shouldn't look bad on camera and all of that. Yeah, okay, but I was a noob. I was completely starting doing that type of stuff, and I was getting too ambitious doing so. So I looked awful. It was just, I couldn't even look at my face, and I was sweaty, and because I spent the whole day wearing all of that cosmetics, and I had to eat. I had to eat wearing that stuff. So it just, I don't know what I was thinking, and I'm very glad I'm over it. So really, like, I guess that was one of the reasons as to why I decided to stop for a while. It was just like to detox from the bad experience that I had back then through such an awful decision that I had. And really, I'm very glad that, I just randomly decided to go into classes with my friend and be taught many things about, styles, coloring, painting, and makeup in general. And I'm very grateful. And it's something that I would like to continue doing, but in my own time, at my own pace, not something weekly or something like that. And it's something that for real helped me out a lot, and it made me grow a lot, but it also made me realize that I was kind of forcing myself to do it as if I had something to prove, which is just silly, And I apologize if this is like for real the first time you're watching me stream, and I'm already ranting, but but this is the way I wanna go back. I wanna address whoever may catch this that had seen me before. I just like thank you for sticking up to me and with me, and just thank you for your patience, I guess. But I'm trying to like I still find this story very fascinating now that I think about it, because the more I think about it, it was such a strange thing. If you were to tell me like a couple of years ago or even a year ago, like, hey, you're gonna be, learning how to do makeup and stuff, I would be like, that's insane. It's not something that I see myself doing. And then I ended up doing it, and it was truly, something that helped me grow as a person. And I know that it sounds silly because it's just another hobby for some people, but it helped me out. And I think that it was a phase I had to go through. I don't think it's, my call to passion in life to do something like that on a daily basis, or for entertaining, or for entertainment, or for other people. I don't think that's the case, but I had go ahead and experience it before I could say, oh yeah, this is my thing, and no, this is not my thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, one of the worst ideas I've ever had, and thank you for whoever came along to watch those very fail streams. And and it was fun, really, to figure everything out, and then to go back and look at it and say, you know what, this is awful, and I want a hard reset. And I'm very glad I had the, you know, the braveness, I guess, to go ahead and say, you know what, I like, if I don't like this, I'm not gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna take a break. But also, I took a break because I had many other things going on in my life, and I was uninspired. And I know that I'm like, okay, let's be honest, and I know it, and everybody knows it. You know, I'm not big in any platform at all, but it doesn't matter if you're big or you're, you know, a small content creator or whatever you may want to call yourself. If you lose inspiration, and if you just quite simply don't want to, and by the way, I apologize if you somehow, some way hear a truck passing by, because like here it's 11 p.m. and they don't stop making noises. What the hell? So anyway, what I was saying, sorry, I completely zoned out. The idea of, you know, just being brave and decided to go ahead and do something different, and yeah, go back, come on. Inspiration. If you are starting something new and you don't feel inspired right away, how are you gonna keep continuing? You know, like, you can't just push through if something is wrong. And you know, I kind of wanted to say that too, that because I believe that if I speak out for whoever may watch this or hear this in somehow, some way, somebody else feels the same way as I do. And I would like to say that nobody has to push himself or herself to do absolutely anything that they don't want to do just because they feel the obligation to do it, unless it's something like, you know, crucial to your daily life. I'm not saying quit your job, you know, but what I'm saying, if you're doing something as a hobby and as something that you really want to grow into, you can't just force yourself to do it. You have to let it grow naturally. At least those are my thoughts. And I feel like if I hadn't taken a break, like every single stream would have been me in a really bad makeup look, probably, because if I kept pushing streaming, I would have kept pushing makeup for some reason, because I thought that those things were intertwined, which it's not the case, but whatever. Just me being really sad and really grumpy and sitting in silence, with nothing to say and nothing to talk about, and that's just really sad. And it's not something that I want to bring to the table, because I don't know if you've noticed, you know, around the world in general, but there's enough sadness in the world right now, and nobody wants to tune in to watch a sad streamer, you know. So yeah, and it's interesting that I'm saying that, but I'm also talking about deep stuff. And I'm like, oh god, now nobody wants to watch this, but whatever. It's just something that, I guess, streaming for me is something, it's a way for me to speak out and talk about the things that I want to talk about without filters, because this is just me and I'm my own boss and I can do it. And if somebody comes along, then that's great. And if not, then I can wait, there's no problem. But yeah, you know, it's just like, if you don't feel good, I was not feeling good at anything that I was doing, really, to be honest. You kind of need to step back and think about what's going on, and not think like, oh, you know, you gotta grind, because if you want to be a huge content creator, you gotta keep going no matter what. I'm like, that's not the point, because it starts to feel like a really shitty job if you look at it that way. And if you instead look at it as what it is, which is content creating is expression, you get to decide when you want to do it and without pressure, and you just relax and let things happen to you and let people come along, and if they don't want to come along with you, then that's fine as well. So I don't know, I just wanted to say, I wanted to start off by just chatting and coming up with these topics and explaining a couple of things and saying thank you once again to anybody who ever showed up at a very early stream of mine, and to anybody who's showing up right now. Really, thank you so much. It's just what I'm trying to say. I don't have overlays, by the way, yet. It's just like literally just the camera and me right now, but I have the live scene ready, and we're gonna play some games. Probably one game, but we are gonna play something eventually. I just want to get some things off my chest, because sometimes I try to speak while I'm playing and I'm already bad at what I'm playing, so I end up messing up even worse than I usually do. But yeah, it's been like it's honestly fun and refreshing to go back to streaming and go back to anything, really. When I was just like so very down, I decided to go ahead and write, because it's one of the things that helps me out a lot, and it helped me out a great deal, and I'm very happy that I did it. And I'm just checking the mini feed, and it says that the last people that followed was 3 months ago. 3 months without streaming. That's incredible. I don't know where time went, but yeah. Anyway, I went ahead and I wrote, and I felt a hell of a lot better, really, writing and just expressing myself once again. And one of the things that helped me out, by the way, I dyed my hair. Like, this is not my natural color, obviously. I am black haired, but I went ahead and dyed my hair. But it's not the thing that helped me out. I digress. One of the things that helped me out was taking a trip to Monteverde in Costa Rica. And it was just incredible. And I feel like that happened 2 weeks ago, and I still feel like a new man. And it's just what I needed, you know? Like, sometimes you meet the right people in the right places, and it just feels nice. I just, like, to be honest, I just wish that I had the opportunity to just travel around the world constantly and have those type of experiences. Some people are lucky, some people are not, and I guess that it is not my turn yet to go ahead and do that, but I really wish I could do it. But if you've never because I travel solo, by the way, I did it by myself. If you've never traveled by yourself, I think it's just something that every single person should do. I genuinely, I believe it. I believe that every single person should go ahead and just travel by themselves to whatever country or whatever place they may want to do it, you know, because I think it's just a life-changing experience, just being by yourself, being who you want to be, really, and meeting people that have the same ideas as you, or that may show you different perspectives. And it's just really nice, and I met beautiful people there. And not only that, but I also bungee jumped, and I did the zip lines in a cloudy forest, and it was just incredible. And I have a lot of pictures that I must upload to my Instagram, by the way, yet. But it's just truly a fantastic experience to be in the middle of the forest, and since there aren't many tourists, you kind of have the forest for yourself. So you look around, and what you see is this type of scenery that you watch in the movies and in Jurassic Park, and you're like, man, how can this be Earth? You know, like, how can this be close to me? How am I part of this scenery, and you just love it, and I loved it very much. And I'm very thankful that I had the opportunity to go ahead and do that, to go ahead and participate in it's such an amazing traveling experience. So that really helped me out. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And you know, through that experience and through feeling better, I was like, you know, I really need to get back to streaming, because it was something that I enjoyed doing. I enjoy playing video games anyway, you know. So if, you know, I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well stream, because that way I can probably, hopefully, connect with new people as well. And, you know, people that have the same interests as me, hopefully, again. And I will be able to just express myself and just let go of many things that I have in my mind, and let go of many things that I have, you know, circulating around here like everybody has. And, you know, just be myself, talk to people, and play games. And it's just a great little thing to do. And I was like, you know, I really wanna go ahead and do it, and I really wanna enjoy it, and not put pressure on me. So I am here now. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, again, thank you so much for being here, really, and whatever you may find this. And I'll figure stuff out in the future. I mentioned in my bio that I speak 3 languages. I speak Italian and I speak Spanish, and I don't think I'm ready to, because Italian is my 3rd language, and if anything, English is my 2nd language. My native language is Spanish. So I was thinking also about the possibility of maybe one day doing a stream, or maybe dedicate a day of the week to streaming in Spanish. I think that will be really, really interesting to have, you know, the opportunity to do. And it will open up, you know, the door to other people to watch me and to meet other people, and that, I think that will be great. But I just wanted to mention that because it's in my head right now, and I was like, you know, it will be interesting to mention it. I was thinking about Wednesdays, but I don't think I'm gonna do it, you know, just starting tomorrow, maybe next week. But yeah, I do have a lot of different things to tell, and I have the video of my bungee jump in my Instagram if you want to watch it, because it was a great moment of bravery, and it was really fun, and I recommend it very much. And ever since I'm back, I'm reconnecting with my friends and with my family, and I'm coordinating with a friend of mine going to get the vaccine, because here it's just a mess. I was just talking to my family about it. Days, you know, my mom and my dad, I was talking to them by the phone, and they were like, you know, they coordinated the vaccine with us at the start of the year, because they are 50 years or 59 years old. So they were like, you know, you are part of the priority, so we're gonna, you know, immediately call you up to have the vaccine. And I'm like, you know, that makes sense, because they are older than me, and of course. And I'm very happy they got it already. That really, it's just fantastic news, you know. But with us, the people who are 20 or younger, or in their early 20s, specifically, like in my case, I'm in my early 20s. They decided that they, you know, sent everybody as a whole into a single center. Sorry, I didn't want to hit that. I'm so sorry. Please be okay, audio. I'm monitoring you, so it should be fine. Anyway, so they send you to a zone specifically by the, you know, the area that you live in, but there is only around 400 vaccines per day. So you have to arrive at around 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. to actually get one, because the line is huge, and it's just such a hot mess, because not only do you have to be there at such an early hour, but you have to be there in a lineup with a lot of strangers that are not keeping distance, which it seems completely counterproductive in my opinion, but that's the way they're doing it, and that's the way I have to do it, because everybody else who's older than me and who is, you know, around 40s or 50s, they it makes sense. Once again, I'm not saying it shouldn't make sense, but or it shouldn't have been that way. I'm very happy that it was the case, because that's how my parents got vaccinated. But they were called up and they were assigned a day and a vaccine. I have to go fight with another, you know, 400 people or 500 people, depending on what the hell, you know, type of vaccines they have on that day and how many. And I have to go ahead and try and get mine. So I don't want to go alone at 4 a.m. in a, you know, part of the city that I don't like personally. So I'm trying to coordinate that with a friend, and hopefully I will get vaccinated, my very first shot, by the way, this week, maybe, hopefully, but I'm not sure, because, you know, that's how it works. And funnily enough, I had experience trying to get vaccinated before, because they open up for the first time for 20-year-olds, 20-year-olds, the vaccine on a hospital in the city center, or the capital of my country. So I go ahead and you know, I order a cab, and the cab is an hour away from the city center, but whatever, I think it's worth it. And I arrived there at noon, I think, yeah, noon, you know, the middle of the day, almost 1 p.m. So I show up and I'm like, you know, what the hell do I have to do to get vaccinated? You know, like, okay, I didn't say it that way. I was very kind. I was like, you know, what happened? They were like, well, it's over. They're done. And I'm like, but I just saw in the news like about an hour ago that you guys had left. They were like, yeah, we're bringing in as many people as we can, and then we, you know, as soon as it's over, then we just send them home. And you were part of the people that were sent home. And I look at the line, and it's just a mess of a line. It's gigantic, and I'm like, oh man. So I have experience getting rejected for the vaccine, and I don't want to go through that again. So I'm telling my friend, like, okay, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it together, then we should be very careful, and we should be making sure that we get a vaccine. So we have to go really, really early in the morning, because otherwise we're just not going to, you know, get it at all. So, you know, and he's trying to coordinate that with his workplace, and I'm trying to get in. It's just a whole boring mess. But yeah, I went, by the way, do as I say, not as I do. I did go to that travel by myself, non-vaccinated, and now that I realize what I'm saying, I think I've just outed myself as an irresponsible human being, and I apologize. I do not recommend it, but everything went fine, and most of the people that I did meet there were vaccinated, or at least they told me so, and the people, you know, I'm pretty sure we were all safe. And the time, by the way, I do have to mention, I didn't travel without my mask. I traveled with my mask on. I took it off when we were about to eat, and in the forest when I was walking by myself. So, you know, don't be thinking that I was just going off being irresponsible, you know, without any type of precaution, because that's not how it works. But yeah, I did have my first solo travel in about 2 years, by the way, because it was not my first time solo traveling. I've been to Mexico, I've been to Italy, to Spain, and to Canada before. But it was my very first time solo traveling in 2 years, and I, you know, I had to do it without the vaccine. And yeah, yeah, I'm still, you know, by the way, I'm still trying to get vaccinated. It's just that the system here, it's it just sucks. But I will eventually get it, and it'll be fine. And the next time I travel, hopefully I will be partially, if not completely, vaccinated. And I apologize if this rustles some jimmies, because I know that some people are very, delicate about the vaccine. And I just got somebody mad somehow, some way. But yeah, I just yeah. I just went ahead and didn't get vaccine before I traveled by myself, but I did take precautions, and I'm feeling fine, and everybody in my house is feeling fine, and everybody that I met was feeling fine. So hopefully everything went okay. But yeah, I know that not everybody approves, and I apologize. But anyway, point is that it's a struggle to get the vaccine, and hopefully I will get it soon. But I'm trying not to worry too much about it. It was just something that I had in my mind. And yeah, I think that's 30 minutes of me speaking non-stop about life and vaccines and inspiration and feeling down and life and more life and all of those wonderful things that I had in my mind, and makeup and bad ideas and even worse ideas. And yeah, and the fact that I dyed my hair for the first, this is my first time dyeing my hair, and I decided to go with red because I'm a huge Kurt Cobain fan, Nirvana fan in general, but I even have his diaries, the ones that they published, and I read them all, and it's just a fantastic book. But I've seen the pictures, and I think everybody who is a Nirvana fan has seen the pictures of Kurt with his hair dyed red, and I was like, dude, I want to rock that. I know that I don't rock it like Kurt. I'm not saying that, but I was like, I think it would look cool, and I really liked having my hair red, and it's just really cool. And I took a lot of pictures in Monteverde, and I have a lot of pictures that I want to upload, and the hair was rocking, and it was great, and the people I met there was just fantastic. And once again, it brought me so much peace and harmony and happiness to be there and to be surrounded by wonderful people, that I almost didn't want to come back home, honestly. And it's great to be back, it's great to feel refreshed, but if everything was completely up to me, I would have kept traveling, and it's just one of those things that you can't live forever feeling pleasure of doing pleasurable things, because that's not how you grow. You gotta go through struggle in order to grow. I truly do believe that, by the way. I'm not saying it just to say it. I say it because I believe that it's true. You have to go through some trouble in order to actually grow, and it's part of life. But there's a part of me that I was like, man, I wish I wish I could live there. First of all, it was one of the things that came to my mind. And then the second thing that came to my mind was like, I wish I could travel to another place almost right away, and keeping this type of tourist nomad life and meeting new people. But yeah, and other people have told me like, hey, if you're into content creator anyway, content creation anyway, then you could try blogging. And I was like, yeah, I just don't have the equipment right now because my phone loses its battery like about an hour of recording, if not less. So I was like, yeah, it will be cool, but it's right now I can't. But I do have a lot of cool pictures and a lot of cool things that I want to show, and I have to upload to my Instagram. But yeah, I'm gonna upload it eventually. But the bungee jump is there, and the bungee jump was amazing, and I'm very proud of myself for that. And yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I've been going through things, and I've been going through changes, and part of life, I guess. But that's why I feel refreshed and I feel good to be back. And it truly feels good to be back, for real. I'm not saying that just to say it. I feel like it's a wonderful thing to be able to stream. Not everybody is as privileged, to have the equipment to actually stream and go live. Hit and go live is a wonderful thing. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. And thank you very much again for listening to this rant. For real, it's been 35 minutes or so of me speaking non-stop about, everything. And it's just everything that's been going on for the past few months. Not even touching upon other different stuff that's part of life, and and things that have happened in the past few years. But whatever, there will be time for that eventually. But yeah, I think I'm gonna hit the be right back button, and then I'm finally gonna be back with a game. And I think I'm playing. I'm thinking about going back to Hades because it was really fun, and hopefully I will remember how to play. It's been 4 months, and I hope the people can forgive me if I absolutely suck at it. But I will be right back, okay? And I'm gonna hit. I hope I remember how to do this because it was the be right back button, and you can still hear me, but if I hit the mute button, you will not be able to hear me. So yeah, I'll be right back and we will be playing Hades.